Here we go. Howdy, howdy. I believe it's live. I believe it's live, everybody. There we go. Refresh a little bit on YouTube. What's going on? It's another Yammie Noob live stream. How's everybody doing out there today? Somebody's birthday on chat. Sir Brock, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, my friend. Hope it's a good one. Hope you had some fun on two wheels. Also, boys, starting off the stream, I apologize if my voice is a little hollow. I have been sick, and hopefully I get through the stream without losing my voice. Y'all know how it goes. Got a little one at home. They bring stuff home from daycare sometimes. And, yeah, got to take my Mucinex. Clear out the chest congestion. How's it going? How's it going? Gonna do the little pre-stream hang here. Pop over to the main computer. There we go. Pre-stream hanging. Geraldo, boa noite e feliz aniversário. There we go. Got some Portuguese in the chat. What else we got here? Jordan asks, thoughts on the CF Moto 675 SS? I don't think I mentioned it specifically in a video, but great price point. Love to see a 3-cylinder bike for less than $8,000 MSRP. That's pretty cool. Lots of hype on that bike. Crazy hype. Feels like 2025 is going to be the year of the 3-cylinder. I think that we're going to have to get one to do a giveaway or to just feature on the channel in some capacity. I think it'd be pretty cool. Somebody said, love you, glad you're back. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. IT Pirate says, have some medicine, take some wheelies. Absolutely. Yeah, I could stand to do a couple more wheelies in my life. I'm figuring out what the Touareg likes for wheelies. It seems like second gear, float a little bit. It's got a long wheelbase, so when she comes up, it's like, whoa, that's a lot of bike coming up. But I'm going to find a way. I will find a way. There we go. Back on that one. Shane says, what's your opinion on the new Ninja 500? My friend, where have you been? I've made like 6 videos on our giveaway Ninja 500. Go and check out on the channel. I did like a first ride review, studio impressions, walk around. I did a bunch of stuff on that bike, so got a lot to say about it. Too much to say on the chat here. We're going to let people trickle in a little bit, and then we will get started. Alex, Fresh and Toasty, I believe that's a Discord member. How's it going? Says, glove liners or heated gloves in Texas. I prefer heated grips on the bike because then I can choose the thickness of the glove, and I just find that it works better than actual heated gloves. If you were swapping between a bunch of different bikes, then heated gloves could make sense, or glove liners, something like that. But I like the least amount of material between my palm and the grip as possible so I can really feel it, even in cold weather. What do we see here? IT Pirate asks, first impression on the new Tiger 800. Neat bike. I thought it was interesting now that we have a Tiger Sport 660, a Tiger 800, and a Tiger 900. I don't know if it's, I haven't looked too much into the spec sheets. I don't remember if it's, I think it's using the Street Triple motor in it, right? It has to, the 765. I got to look into it. I'll be perfectly honest. It's been a little crazy for me. I haven't had the chance to check out that bike just yet. Cody asking here, what's the best time of year to buy a new bike? Whenever you can afford it, my dude. I think a lot of people get in their heads about the best time of year, but I think about it this way. If you're waiting the whole year to buy a bike just to save like a couple grand, it's not worth it. Just get the bike now, start having fun now, because winter season's always going to be that time where it's like better to buy a bike, but it doesn't really matter, honestly. It's not a big deal. Peter says, tips for a rusty chain. Yeah, I would say buy a new chain, as Controversy says here. It's a relatively cheap, wearable, consumable part. I wouldn't play around with a rusty chain. You can clean them. You can pop them off the bike and clean it, re-rivet it or whatever. It's really not worth it. Just get a new chain and sprockets. It's like a couple $100, nice and fresh. Keep your bike riding as good as possible. But boys, how about we get started on this one, huh? How about we get it moving? Get the live stream moving over here. So, as usual, we get the live stream started with riders' questions answered. This is one of my favorite bits that we do because I get to hopefully help people out and stuff. we have several questions from Discord, a couple from YouTube that were sourced. But as always, if you have a chat question, drop it on the chat. I'll try to answer it as best as I can. And I can answer questions on here. If you want, join over on YammieNoob.co, become a member. You can interact with me, hang out with everybody else in the community. It's a really helpful place that is anti-bot and anti-AI. If you want to talk to real people doing really weird stuff with motorcycles, that's the best place to do it. It's a bike night that never ends. So let's begin, shall we? Answer some questions. Okay. W. Scott 10 on Discord has a great question and something we're going to make a whole dedicated video about because this was crazy when the news dropped. Scott asks, what do you think about the new Honda Hornet SP? Seems like no one is talking about it, but it's loaded with features and a detuned Fireblade engine for a super affordable price. I think Honda has done something fabulous here. I think they're going to sell tons of them. I would love to see on chat if you guys know about this bike, if you've heard about it, because I think for now it's going to be a Europe-only release, much like the Hornet 750 is going to be. But I am super interested in this Honda Hornet, particularly the base model, which, if memory serves me correctly, is going to retail in the United Kingdom for under 9,000 pound sterling, which is going to be a little over $10,000 US if it ever comes over here for 150 horsepower naked bike. Like, that's crazy good value for money. I think Suzuki can't even touch that right now. So I would love to see deeper specs on this machine. It's really cool that it's a new bike coming out for that kind of money. It's not some, 2017 motorcycle they've been kicking the can down the road. I think it's got a lot of legs. And the SP version, it's even cooler that they're going to offer that at that affordable price as well. Does it look a little bit like a dollar store Street Fighter V4S? A teensy bit, but I don't mind at all if it's going to cost, a third of what a Street Fighter V4S would cost, which is insane, even saying that out loud. So, yeah, I am very, very excited about that bike. I would love to see it come to the U.S. market, and I would happily buy one and feature it on the channel if that's the case. All right, Isaac Lujan on YouTube. What do you think about fly-by-wire versus cable throttle? I've always had an issue with the 0 to 1% transition with fly-by-wire. So, great question here. I'm actually going to put up a little poll here on the chat because I am curious because I have very strong opinions about this. Let's do fly-by-wire. Whoa, that was the wrong keyboard. Let's go back. Okay. That's what I get for doing the crazy keyboard here. I think F5. Wow, we are really doing this. Okay, let's go back here, boys. Let's go back. There we go. If Yam can remember which keyboard to use. Okay. All right. Fly-by-wire or cable throttle. Fly-by-wire, cable throttle. I'm really curious to see how you guys feel about this because I think it's going to be split. Okay, here's the thing about fly-by-wire versus cable. Cable throttles, to me, will always feel better. And let's explain a little bit what the differences are, right? A cable throttle is a physical connection. There are literally two cables from the throttle that when you open it, actually it's physically attached to the intake valve, the butterfly valve that actually allows air into the engine, right? It's the most direct connection you can have to the motorcycle's actual engine, right? A fly-by-wire system is different in that there's no physical connection between those two. It's actually computer controlled, right? So like you turn it, it feels the same, but it's using a computer signal to open that butterfly valve. What you can do with fly-by-wire is much more advanced traction control, much more advanced engine management because you have a computer control over the amount of opening for that valve, right? But up until very recently, it always felt a little weird. Brand new motorcycle models, the high-end stuff, the Ducatis, the BMWs, the Triumphs as well, they feel so nice. They feel so nice with that 0 to 1%. That first initial crack of the throttle feels really good. And with fly-by-wire, you can actually change those parameters. You can change how much it opens or how less it opens and all that stuff. With the cable throttle, it is what it is, but it's always usually more pure. And so people here on chat saying 59% for the cable throttle, which I really appreciate. We're old school here on Yammie Noob. So I would say for Isaac here, the 0 to 1% transition on fly-by-wire is an older fly-by-wire system. I would say try out a newer system. They tend to work a little bit better, but my preference is almost always cable throttle, but they're getting harder and harder to find on new motorcycles because if you want to do stuff like, cruise control electronically, you need fly-by-wire. If you want to do more advanced TC, you need fly-by-wire. So, yeah, that's what I would say. Okay. Jay Friend again on YouTube. Is an exhaust worth money? Do you think louder really equals safer? I've been asked this question quite a few times, and my answer's changed over the years, to be honest. I think an exhaust can be worth the money if you're just looking to have the experience of a louder motorcycle. I think let's not make motorcycles obnoxiously loud, right? Unless you're doing like track day competition stuff. I think buying a sophisticated, nice, slightly dB killed exhaust in that kind of like 85 to 90 dB range is like really on point, and kind of 92 is kind of like the max for me personally. Typically a full exhaust system with a nice dB killer from a reputable brand like a Kropovich or Leo Vinci or something like that will usually sound pretty good. Some systems are louder than others, and I think that the reason to do an exhaust for auditory sensations is great. I don't think that it's worth the money in terms of the performance gains because an ECU flash is almost always going to equal way more performance gains, right? So that would be my recommendation on that. And I really don't think louder equals safer. They've done so many studies on this. There's really no corollary between a loud pipe and a more safe bike. Because sound literally doesn't work that way, right? The sound is being projected behind your motorcycle. So if you're coming up on someone, visibility is much more a key factor than auditory, right? Like having high contrasting gear, being more visible, wearing reflective gear, wearing louder colors, that usually means you're safer rather than like an all black bike with a loud pipe. So that's going to be my thing. Billy Joel on here says, all these brokies liking cable throttles. It's more direct, my man. It's more direct. Tejas on YouTube, your thoughts on newly announced Triumph Speed Twin 1200 RS. Will you review one? I think it's a great move. I really miss Triumph's old, I believe it was the Thruxton RS. That was a really, really sweet model. And I think the new Speed Twin 1200 RS is a bit of a spiritual successor to that and is kind of sweet. I think it's pretty cool that they came out with it. I would love to review one. We will probably be able to get one because of our connect with Eurocycle. So I think it's a pretty cool bike. Yeah, I'm really excited to see it. Don't have too much to say beyond it other than I'm happy to see Triumph investing a little bit more in their Speed Twin 1200 kind of sport-oriented Bonneville range rather than just giving us another like James Bond edition bobber or something like that, you know? All right, Red Eagle 08 on YouTube asked me, what is your best strategy for riding in high winds? Okay, so here's a great story for you guys. I didn't get this on camera, but I really should have. Back in, I believe it was March or April when I had the GSX 8R this year, I went and I needed to put down some mileage on that motorcycle to get it to the 600-mile break-in period. And what ended up happening was I went way out away from town, and I actually rode into a very, very serious storm system. I didn't realize how serious it was. I was kind of just riding, and the storm was kind of coming towards me, and I thought I wasn't going the path of it, but it ended up where I was like, oh, wow, I'm like right in the middle of this storm. Basically, the storm produced tornadoes. It had like 80-mile-per-hour winds. I literally had to ditch the motorcycle on the side of the road and like basically beg for somebody to pick me up on the side of the road because I thought I was going to get picked up by a tornado. It was insane. I really wish I had filmed it, but I didn't. So that's my last experience with riding in high winds, and I think that there's like a limit, right? I think kind of like 50 to 60-mile-per-hour winds is probably the limit of what you should safely ride in because at some point you're going to get literally blown off the road. If you guys have seen in recent footage of like these weather reporters for the hurricanes that came through in Florida and North Carolina. Sometimes the wind gusts are so powerful, they're literally getting blown off their feet. When you're on your motorcycle, you do have more mass, but you also have more area, right? And more area basically makes you a sail in the wind. And so if you're getting slapped around by wind like that, it's just really dangerous. So for strategy, I would say if you feel uncomfortable, just pull off the road. Just literally try to get off, because getting whipped around by wind is not fun. The other strategy is to lean in the direction of the wind. I've had to ride before where I'm literally like, there's like a crosswind and I'm going straight, but I'm leaning at least like 25 degrees and just like going straight down the road. It's a weird tactic, but it does tend to work. So that would be my little strategy for riding in high winds there. Okay, Jordan Conwell on YouTube. Have you ridden any of the newer electric bikes, and what do you think about them? Well, we put out I believe a preliminary newsletter today. It should be going out on Friday, talking about how Energica is actually going bankrupt and having to sell all of their assets. I think that the newer electric bikes, they're too expensive. The battery range isn't there. And I personally have never had that much fun riding them to the point where I would be like, oh yeah, like this is a good alternative. It always felt like a diet soda version of motorcycling to me. I never really enjoyed them, never really liked them very much. I understand some people have a place for them if they're certain types of commuters, certain type of urban riders, but it's really not something that I would really want. So that's my opinion on that. We have a commenter here, Rudra, 125. I'm not sure what currency that is. I can't see it here on chat. There's like a little flag next to it, but I appreciate it. Says, I've been riding for 5+ years, max being a Bonelli 502C. Looking to upgrade to a more powerful, versatile bike for city and trips. What would you recommend? Well, thank you for the contribution. I appreciate it. I would say that if you're looking for a versatile bike for city and trips, you're coming from Bonelli 502. I'm going to assume you're international because of the currency and because of the Bonelli 502. That's just a guess. I would say go for something Japanese in the kind of 650 to 900 range. I don't know what your budget is, but I mean, you can't go wrong with something like a Tracer 7. That would be a healthy upgrade from the Bonelli 502. That'd be super versatile, super powerful compared to the Bonelli. Not a huge step up, but pretty decent. You could also look at Suzuki V-Strom. Super fun. I think the older one with the V-Twin was cooler than the current one. So those would be my recommendations. I hope that helps. Okay. Kawanuwadi on Instagram asks me, what is the coldest weather you would ride in? So for me personally nowadays, it's like 50 degrees. I'm a total weenie when it comes to cold weather. I live in Texas. It's hot a majority of the year. I really am not super interested in riding in super cold weather. I have ridden in, I believe it was 28 degree, 27 degree weather. I came back from a trip to Mexico on my desert sled, and I was riding back up down through one of the mountains. It was so impossibly cold, and it stops being fun after a while. Your hands can barely move. Doesn't matter how much grip warmers, how many layers you have. At that point, you need literally like heated gear and like plugged into your bike. You need like Arctic weather riding gear at that point because it's so cold. And for me, it's just not very fun. So honestly, nowadays, yeah, like 45 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit, which is what, like 8 to 12 degrees Celsius, I think, if my math is correct there. It's probably the coldest weather I'd ride in. Okay, Mala on Discord asked me, what bikes are you most excited about that are being released next year? I think we have the video coming out next week, top 5 bikes I got my eye on for next year. Without a doubt, the R9 is certainly a very exciting motorcycle. I think we're all very curious to see how it rides, how it feels, just all that sort of things about it. This new Hornet 1000 is super interesting to me as well. I really hope it comes to the States. But everybody on chat, let me know what bikes you're most excited about for the upcoming year, because I like to get my finger on the pulse. I like to figure out what you guys are hearing about here and what you guys are interested in, because I think that there's quite a few motorcycles, and we're about to enter EICMA season. It's about November. all the manufacturers come out with all their new bikes that we're going to hear about, and everybody's going to check it out. So I think those two are the ones I'm most excited about for next year, for sure. All right, Purple Gorilla 1 on Discord. Excellent username. Do you think it's better to get a new bike or an established platform? Great question, i.e. a bike that hasn't had many revisions and therefore the potential for parts and modding. Okay, so a couple of ways to approach this question. Whether it's better to get a new bike or an established platform. I think that if you're willing to take the risk and you're super excited about a new model, go for it. Life is short. If you're really excited about a bike, time is the most valuable commodity that any of us have, right? And I would rather get a brand new bike I'm really excited about, even if it has a few teething issues, because most new bikes nowadays are pretty much okay, especially if it's from a Japanese brand. I think that if you go for an Italian or a Chinese motorcycle, perhaps it might have a couple of teething issues or weirdness. Certain Austrian motorcycles have weirdness, but the vast majority of them work okay. But if you're the type of rider that wants something that's just like a set it and forget it, you don't want to worry about maintenance, you don't want to worry about crap, and you want the knowledge base, which is a big part about motorcycling too, get the established platform. Because it really depends on your application, right? Like, for example, if you're going to go do track days and you're going to go race, there's basically no reason to get like a brand new platform. Go for something that everybody knows everything about. Get an R6, right? If you're going to start riding off-road, get a DRZ, get a WR, get something that everybody knows stuff about so that you can know about it too. That would be my recommendation for that. I did see someone on chat here had a question. Troy Lee said, thank you for the $5. Yo Yams just got a new CF Moto 650 NK. Didn't want a bigger bike. It's all black. Would it be smarter to have a bright, vibrant jacket? Yes, I would say that get something that has contrast. More than just bright and vibrant. Get something that has contrasting white and black, or yellow and white, or, black and yellow. Something that has two different colors and something reflective. If you go for those two, you're going to be much more visible, and you can use your helmet to contrast against that too. Something I did for many, many years was getting a helmet in one color and a jacket in another color. So I'd have a white helmet and a black reflective jacket, or I'd have a black helmet and a like kind of tan or sand colored jacket that had like red or reflective on there, and that's going to help you be a little bit more visible. But I appreciate the question, and I appreciate the $5. Thank you very much. Okay, Tyler Rama on Discord. He asked me, is it bad for a motorcycle to drag launch it from every stoplight? So it's not bad for your motorcycle, but it will be bad for your clutch. And it will be bad for your clutch in the sense that you're going to have to replace your clutch more often than not. When you do a hard launch, it puts a lot of load into the friction plates on your clutch and can cause excessive wear prematurely on the clutch basket. It means you're going to have to replace it. It's why motorcycle drag racers are replacing clutches every time they go out to the drag strip. They want that firm, nice launch out of it, that nice predictable grab. And something you're probably going to notice if you're drag racing it off of every stoplight, as you've asked in this question, is when you roll on the throttle in higher gears, you're going to feel it slipping. The clutch basket will start to expand away from the output gear, and you're going to lose that kind of power. It's going to feel like the bike's revving, but you're not moving. Classic case of a clutch slipping. So, yeah, that's something that's going to happen if you start drag racing your bike out of every launch, which is quite a funny thing to ask. Someone on chat here, Julio, say hello to Brazil. Fala galera no Brasil, tudo bem? Got to get the Brazil chat happy there. All right, boys, that's going to answer all of the questions for today. Reminder, if you did want to ask me any other questions, drop me them on chat. I am trying to keep a monitor on the chat box over here. And as well, join on yammie.co. You can ask me questions anytime you want on Discord. I try to answer all the ones I receive. And if I can't answer it, our amazing community will answer your questions for you. It's a great way to get real-time feedback from real people riding real bikes. So now, let's move on to the bike roast or boost, baby. I do love this section of the live stream. I have a lot of fun with the bike roaster boost. These bikes are usually cobbled together from the Discord users as well. People love submitting their bikes, and hopefully we've got some sweet ones today. We did get a quick question from Vert Drift. Said, my new Trident has a quick shifter. Thank you for the $5, by the way. Has a quick shifter and I use it all the time. Is it bad for the bike to utilize it 24/7? Am I overthinking it? You're completely overthinking it. It's not going to hurt the bike at all to use the quick shifter. It's designed to be used like that, and it's just simply cutting the ignition to allow the bike to slip into gear. You can actually sort of do your own version of a quick shifter by just rolling off the throttle and rolling back on when you select up a gear. You're not hurting the bike in any way, shape, or form. You can use the quick shifter all day long. All day. All right, let's check out the first bike. Patty on Discord. Hey, Yam, I'm new to the Discord. This is my 2004 Honda VFR 800 I bought a month ago. Excellent choice. When I bought the bike, it had only 8,000 miles on it. I've since put over 2,500 miles on it and I absolutely love the bike. The previous owner was an elderly man that left it on a trickle charger and barely used it. This is my third bike coming from a CB500F. The change is incredible, and I don't think I'll ever want anything but a sport touring bike ever again. My buddy, Nick, had a VFR just like this in the same generation, I believe. Nothing but good things to say about the VFR, and this is exactly the type of find that I want you guys to go out there and get. These deals exist. Oh, look at him. He looks great on this bike. That looks like Tail of the Dragon or something like that. Looks like a beautiful curve. These deals exist where, like, an elderly guy has the motorcycle, he's just been kicking it around, and then his loss is your gain. And those guys take care of their bikes. They're not doing dumb Squid mods to it. They're doing cool stuff to their bikes. They're enjoying it. And yeah, I think it's just a fantastic way. If you can find the old timers with their bikes, man, that's the ones to get. And they're also not that concerned with getting the max amount of it as possible. I've heard people getting bikes for ridiculous deals just because the old guy wants to get rid of it. You know, he's just moving on, just doing the next thing, you know. And yeah, this one looks awesome. Really nice find. Nothing but good things to say about it. Looks clean, looks stock, looks like you got nice tires on it. Just looks like a beautiful, pristine VFR. Enjoy it, love life, live that mid-2000s V4 Honda dream. Jojo WR says, this is my 2016 WR250R. Love that bike. Please enjoy what we cannot buy today off the dealership. It's a damn shame that they stopped making that motorcycle. She has been fully converted to a supermoto with Warp 9 wheels, Magura front and rear handbrake. Ooh, we got a stunt boy, as well as the beautiful RSC clutch. The step plate and subcage helps me do dank neuters on my daily ride to work, and honestly, I haven't loved the bike this much since the very first time I swung a leg over my 16 ZX6R. Also enjoy my 2024 street legal CRF 110 that my fiance rides. I love this. Love this story. Let's take a look. Yeah, this looks like the absolute Squid missile WR, right? The best thing about WR250s, especially the WR250R, is that they have awesome ratios for the street, that wide ratio gearbox, right? That's where the name comes from. The WR250R was a dual sport bike, so it can be plated, it can be set up, it's all good to go. And they're just fantastic, and they're unkillable, and they just work great. And honestly, I really miss mine. Love this picture of him just popping a sweet wheelie with his, enjoying his life, loving it. And yeah, the CRF 110 next to it is like a perfect little companion. Really glad that you ride that with your fiance. That's probably a ton of fun. Guys, excuse me drinking a sip of water. As I mentioned earlier, I am overcoming a cold, but that will not deter me from doing my live stream. Oh, look, they're sleeping together. I love hot moms. I love that the CRF has a knobby in the front and a sort of street tire in the back. That's how you can tell it's like, I only care about wheelies on this thing. And that's so sick. Hope you guys are having fun. That is awesome. That is great to see. All right. Haminator on Discord. Figured I'd start out with the hideous Squid missile I recently just sold. 2009 R6S that I bought when I was riding for maybe 2 years at the time. Bought it with spray painted fairings and one fairing missing on the side. Ended up buying new fairings, going through the motor, and sticker bombing as much as I could. Only modifications I did was the M4 slip-on. Oh boy, let's take a look. Oh, yeah, that's a rough example. The picture's a bit low quality, but that is kind of rough. Oh my god. Oh no. The sticker bombing. Good lord. Did he sticker bomb it or did someone else did? I was running for the time, bought it with spray painted fairings, ended up buying new fairings and sticker bombing as much as I could. So I guess he sticker bombed it so that it kind of looked a little better. Okay, so sticker bombing, I think, number one, it's a little old hat. It's kind of like, I think it's just like a little, oh my God, you got the damn anime stickers on there. Degen alert, degenerate alert. Oh my God, degenerate alert. Okay, so sticker bombing, like I think it's kind of like an old school thing to do at this point. It's very much like early 2000s, mid 2000s type of thing. Maybe even like 2010s. People don't do it as much anymore. But I will say, one of the reasons to do it is simply if you don't want to repaint something, if you just want to slap a bunch of stickers on it, if you're just having a good time with the bike, and it's a way to cover up something that looks bad. It's a bit of a lazy way to do it, but it's a way to just cover up something that looks bad. And I think it's a bit regrettable to do it to an R6, but this is the sad generation of R6, right? The one with the raised clip-ons, the weird little face. This is that weird generation of R6s. So I think it's okay. Screw it. Fuck it. Do it. Do whatever you want to it. But otherwise, in relatively clean condition from what I can tell. Actually, no, I take that back. This is all dirty in here. You got the damn anime stickers. I know exactly what your desktop computer looks like. You got Cheetos all over it. You got tissue paper and other things that I can't mention here on stream. Yeah, I don't know about this one. I don't know. We got to keep it moving. Crispy Squid on Discord. Okay, we're back to hopefully beautiful rides. Here's my 2007 Ducati Sport Classic, the ultimate post-deployment gift to myself back in 2014. Oof, had that bike for a while now. This thing's got character for days, both in its looks and the way it rides. Timeless doesn't even begin to cover it. It's the kind of bike you never let go of. Plus, let's be real, nothing beats that sweet air-cooled Desmo roar, and I could not agree more. As an owner of the air-cooled Desmo 2-valve engine in my Ducati Scrambler Desert Sled, they are just too good. And this one is gorgeous. I love this old-school Ducati decal right there. This is such a nice palette cleanser from the R6 we just saw. Oh, look at that. I think this is the same architecture as the engine that's in my sled, honestly. That L-twin, air-cooled 2-valve Ducati. And this one's just gorgeous. Gorgeous bike. I love this paint color. Yeah, why would you sell this bike? It's just so awesome. Looks like you've taken it on some cool trips. Man, what a gorgeous bike. Who the hell is that? What the hell is this tiny little man here? Is this some sort of little AI robot thing? That's so strange. Rear Admiral asks, what size? 696. Yeah, I think it might be. He just said Sport Classic, right? Yeah, Ducati Sport Classic. So we don't know the size of the engine. I can't remember the motor size in that one. It might be is it the 721 or whatever? I don't remember. These are such great bikes. Really ahead of their time. By the time that they came out, like the kind of neo retro sport. I mean, this will never look bad. This will always look amazing. This is a totally timeless motorcycle. So nothing but good things to say about it. Can you tell I like the old Ducatis? Of course. Lou says, a little short to be a stormtrooper. Yeah, I don't know what's up with this little dude over here. I think it's just a statue or something, but it's freaking me out. Let's keep it moving. Joey Hands on Discord. My 07 ZX6R. I know some people don't like this gen, but I personally love the styling of them. Only mod really is a Yoshi pipe. Has 48,000 miles on it. Ride it all the time and take some trips with it. This is what I tell you guys. Oh, that's in beautiful shape. This is a weird looking ZX6. I forgot this generation ran, I think, for like 2 years or something, maybe one. But it is a bit funky looking, like with the forehead kind of protruding a little bit. It's very like forehead first. Kind of reminds me of like a prisoner whose like eyes are kind of low set and like the forehead's kind of very forward, you know. But the lines are really clean, you know, like it's got that clean classic, you know, mid-2000s sport. Oh, look at this guy. Look at what excuses do you have? This guy literally slapped over luggage on it. Look at this. This is ridiculous, boys. I cannot believe this. Nobody on chat has this kind of commitment. Sport touring tires, slapped on luggage, said, you know what, dude, this is the bike I got. This is what I'm going to do with it. I literally don't care. I'm just going to run it. Screw it. Beautiful condition that it's in. For 48,000 miles, someone really took care of it. I don't know if you took care of it for all those mileage, but I love the no-nonsense approach. You're just like, yep, it's the bike I got. It's the bike I roll with. I did a huge trip with it. I literally put luggage on it because I don't care about anything, and I'm just enjoying my life. So, yeah, kudos to you. Beautiful motorcycle. Really love it. And, yeah, looking good. Okay, Fly on Discord. My 2013 Daytona 675 with 18,000 miles. First bike. I got it recently, 10/13/2024. I know it was dumb, but I'm going to respect its power. Got it for steal at $5,000. That is a steal. And of course, these are always, always, always going to have a special place in my heart. This is the Generation Daytona that I've owned 4 of at this point. These are just fantastic motorcycles. They work super well. They look really great. Now, this one, I will take a little bit of issue with because it has a freaking Toche pipe on it. Now, you guys know, I do not screw around with the Toche pipes. It's not my thing. I don't like it. I don't appreciate it. I think they're cheapo, but perhaps it came with the bike when you bought it. Yeah, this bike, I've always, this isn't the R version. This is the one that didn't come with the Öhlins. And for $5,000 is pretty damn good. Pretty damn good for this one, honestly. One of my favorite things about this bike is the lines, I think, are just beautiful. Look at the way that the tail, the subframe, connects to this fairing here and does this this little swoop action right there. And the frame, these are so good. Obviously, you guys know that I love the Daytonas, but they're just awesome. Awesome, awesome bike. This one's already got a tail tidy on it. Looking really good. And for $5,000, you can't really say no, right? Can't really say no to this one. Big fan. I approve of it. All right. Therizzler on Discord. Hello. Hello. This is my first and only bike, a 2015 Ducati Diavolo Carbon. You guys are wilding on it with this. We got a guy starting on a Daytona, way overbiked. This dude started on a Ducati Diavolo Carbon from 2015, living life on hard mode. Said, yes, this is the bike I learned to ride on and took my MSF course with. What a mad lad. I bought it a little over a year ago with about 3,000 miles and have put an additional 10,000 miles on it without incident. Truly an amazingly fun bike with plenty of power. I plan on taking it to a track and continue to hone my skills as a rider. I have much to learn. P.S. Don't judge my Ruroc. I know it's cringy, but the new ones have great safety ratings. I am going to judge you and your damn bike. Let's take a look here. Wow, that's a slab of a bike, huh? Okay, so I've talked about this with the Diavolo, where it's a bike that doesn't really know what it wants to be, and it has way too much going on in the front. But my man's getting some lean on with this thing. He's got the that's the Works exhaust system, right? I had this pipe on a bike of mine. I can't remember which one. Still think that the Ducati Diavolo has aged better than most motorcycles from this period. He's got the comfort, airflow situation seat going on. But this is quite the motorcycle to start life on. They're big, they're brash, they're bold. They make a metric F load of torque, and they are truly, truly fast motorcycles. But, I mean, the guy's hopefully a little bit older. He's managed to make it 7,000 miles without incident, which is great. And he's committed to taking it on track and honing his skills. I can really appreciate that, And this one's just beautiful, man. Beautiful spec. There's not a scratch on this thing. Not a ding, not a dent. Nothing. Beautifully maintained. Mass Musician said, it looks like 5 different bikes. I completely agree. I've always thought that about the Diavolo. I just think it looks a bit strange. It's got too much in the middle. Too much in the middle. It's like a weird naked muscle bike cruiser thing. But an interesting bike and fast as hell. Fast as hell these things are. I think they make 160 horsepower. They're crazy fast. All right. Whitey1345 on Discord. Good day, Yammie. You've already reviewed my 2023 R7. Appreciate the feedback on my first track day picks. It was my first one ever. Very cool. But I also have a 2018 R6. Tons of tasty mods, a Kropovich header with an SC Project can screams. Can't wait to get it on the track next season. And yes, I'll get more lean angle. Now, this motorcycle, I actually saw this on Discord, and I was kind of curious about it because I know that fellow content creator Chase on Two Wheels did this R6M. That's the only one in existence, and I'm not sure if he's the guy that won this motorcycle or if he just bought it from the dude that won it, but it's in beautiful spec, obviously. Chase did a very good job on this bike. Got it all dialed in really nice. He's got the Brembo RCS over here. Looks like a quick throttle right there. Really nice and set up for the track. Looks like a beautiful motorcycle to ride. He did a good job with it. It's got the aluminum tank, the carbon fiber, the Brembo brakes. I know he worked really, really hard on this. I remember it was like months and months and months of R6M videos, and I think he finally got it over the finish line not too long ago. And yeah, it was, hopefully this guy, I don't know, I don't think he won it because he would have said that, but yeah, obviously this is a really, really sweet bike, and I hope you have a lot of fun with it on the track, and it looks just minty. Hopefully you don't crash it because that would be kind of sad. Okay. Proletaria Prince. Wow. For those of you who don't know, Proletaria Prince is producer Logan. He snuck in an Easter egg here, and his 2024 Honda Transalp 750. You guys seeing a trend here? All the big brains at Yammie Noob are all riding adventure bikes. Obviously, that's what you should do as well. Pretty much stock except for a tail tidy, and I never know how to say this word. Is it a Cerbis? A Cerbis? I don't know. Skid plate, not pictured. It's pretty fun on the pavement and handles light off-road duty pretty nicely as well. Tubed wheels suck, though. 2 flats in the first 2K miles. Producer Logan and I discussed this on one of our calls recently. He just kept getting flats on this thing, and I was like, yeah, that's one of the big reasons that I like the Touareg's tubeless setup, because I can patch it and just go. Tubed wheels is not the way to go with a primarily road going motorcycle. Now, the Transalp, I think, is a great value for money. Really good value for money. You get a zesty little parallel twin. It's kind of like, I was going to joke and say the poor man's Touareg 660, but I am the poor man. I literally got mine for free because I'm such a cheap bastard. Yeah. Oh, look, this looks like a beautiful little off-road track. Producer Logan lives in North Carolina, so he has quite a few fun forest roads and other places to ride with this thing. I love the day bag back here in the back. Nice to just jump out on a ride, go explore around with this little thing. He also has a Harley Sportster that he spent a lot of money on it. So yeah, I think he's got a peach of a bike over here. Oh, that looks like a really fun little area to just bomb around on an adventure bike. That looks like a perfect adventure bike-esque route. Very, very good. Well, boys, that wraps up the bike roast or boost. It is now time for motorcycle trivia. Now, I have been doing pretty good on these, and I think producer Logan may have ratcheted up the difficulty. My knowledge is constantly being tested. I feel like my hit rate's like sort of a 50% on these, which is pretty decent. So let's get started. If you know the answers, follow along at home, drop them in the chat. It's always fun to see. So let's get started here. First question. In what U.S. city is Janus Motorcycles headquartered? Oh, it's Janus, excuse me. Janus Motorcycles headquartered in. I remember that so we did this whole Janus video, and everyone got upset about it because we said some slightly mean-spirited things, but they were all true, I will have to say. And I remember the name of the town started with a G, and I mispronounced it. It was like Gopal. I remember I mispronounced it. I'm gonna mispronounce it again, and I believe it's in Indiana or Illinois, one of those Midwest states. It's something with I'm gonna get this like half right. It's like Goful or GoPro. I don't remember, but okay. Let's see the answer. Goshen or Goshen, whatever, Indiana. We're gonna come on. Give me 50% on that, boys. I got the state correct, kinda, and I got the name of it kinda right. Danny says Goosen. Goshen. I don't know. Y'all drop me a pronunciation for that because I have no idea. I live in Texas. Okay. Before producing motorcycles in the 1950s, what was Suzuki's original manufacturing specialty? I believe it should be specialty, right? Specialty? Who knows? The answer to this one is silk looms, textiles, silk textiles, something like that. I think it's silk textiles. It's going to be my answer here. Okay. Michio Suzuki founded Suzuki Loom Works in 1909. They produced weaving looms in the booming silk industry. Hey, silk, textiles. Okay, I was right. Pretty much. Okay. Cool. All right. We got that one right. What's the next one? What motorcycle does Trinity ride in The Matrix Reloaded? Bonus question. What bike was sold as a limited edition model inspired by the series? Okay, I know this one. Boys, I know this one. In Matrix Reloaded, Trinity rides a Ducati 916 in that really sick kind of like dark green liquid color. The bonus question, what bike was sold as a limited edition model inspired by the series? I don't think Ducati did. Did Ducati do a Panigale V2 in that livery, like as a limited thing? It's a bonus question. Always curious as it was the Ducati 998. You know what? It might have been the 998 because of when that movie came out, but I did say 916. That was my guess. So let's take a look. Oh, it was a 996. And then in 2004, they released a limited edition 998. Oh my God. We got the numbers almost correct. 996. I don't remember what the difference was between the 998 and the 996. I'm sure it was like 998 was like the final edition or whatever. Still one of the prettiest bikes Ducati ever made. Incredible looking motorcycle. Super, super cool. I love that paint color. It's almost like a British racing green. It's just beautiful. All right, we got that one like half right. What 3 U.S. states have 0 motorcycle helmet laws? I love the image of this guy wearing what looks to be styrofoam on his head. This one I'm probably going to get incorrect. Maybe I live in a state that has 0 motorcycle helmet laws. I think it's Missouri. Gotta be Florida, right? I think it's Missouri, Florida, and Indiana. Missouri, Florida, Indiana. That's going to be me. Vert Drift backing me up here with Indiana. Okay. Indiana, Missouri, Florida. That's going to be my guess. Let's see. Oh, Illinois, Iowa, and New Hampshire. I didn't have that right at all. All other states have laws that relate to age, experience level, and helmet use. Interesting. El Piranha chat got one of them right. Iowa. Why would you say? Of course, California has helmet laws. Come on, guys. Come on. I guess New Hampshire's live free or die, right? So that definitely makes a lot of sense. What country has the most registered motorcycles? This has to be the Philippines or Indonesia. Has to be. I think I have to call it with. I'm gonna say the Philippines. No, maybe Indonesia has more people. Or is it China? Did we just go with China? I think Kent here on chat says Indonesia. That was my first gut. I think it's Indonesia. Yeah. Ooh, CB says India. Ooh, shit. That could be right. There's so many people in India. No, I think it's Indonesia. I've seen like the sea of like little 125s. Thailand as well. Fuck, dude, this is tough. It's one of those 4 countries. It's either Indonesia, Thailand, India, or oh, dude, I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna guess Indonesia. That was my gut. India. Why the hell? We're so stupid. I'm so stupid. It has more population. India has the most registered motorcycles with over 200 million bikes on the road. Wow. 200 million. Transporting families every day, just like this guy's doing. That's insane. 200 million. Okay. What tire manufacturer produced and sold motorcycles from 1952 through 1970? I actually know this one, and I love that producer Logan put a bit of like a sort of like an Easter egg here, putting the Dark Side Dunlop tire on the back here, because it was Bridgestone. Bridgestone actually used to sell motorcycles from the 50s to the 70s. It's a weird random tidbit of knowledge that I have. Boom, Bridgestone. There it is. Look at that. It says BS right there. It's called BS because it's BS that they ever made that thing. So yeah, I knew that one off the dome. Don't ask me how I knew that. I just remembered there was some, I think there was some list video we did where we talked about that. I have like, God, I've probably researched and produced at this point like hundreds of list videos, and some of that knowledge eventually ends up permeating, except for where J Anus motorcycles are produced. But boys, that wraps up trivia, and now just one final bit of the live stream here. It's the mystery box. Not so much a box this week, but more of a bag. Now, this one comes by way of Ted Smith from Rat's Hole Custom Bike Shows. This came from Florida. It says, I just came from the Rat's Hole Custom Bike Shows. It kind of feels soft. It kind of feels like a t-shirt. I bet you it's a t-shirt. And if it is, I will wear it in a video. I said that before seeing what the t-shirt is. Let's take a look here. Oh, that's something that fell out. We got a tiny sticker. I see that there. The Rat's Hole Custom. We have a invoice here. And now we're going to see the t-shirt. Oh, Christ. Why did I commit to say... Oh, my God. Why did I say that I was going to wear this? Now I have to. Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, my Lord. Oh, no. So it's a rainbow eagle, and it says Yamaha on it. I wonder why there's a rainbow eagle and it says Yamaha on it. Only one reason why, boys, right? And I did say I'd wear it in a video, and now I've committed to it. You guys probably can't see this on the camera, but it is glittery. It's very glittery. Oh, no. Well, I did say I'd wear it, so I have to wear it now. It is made in America, which is nice. Bayside, the true American tee. This looks like it was printed on with oh my God. This looks like it was printed on with like an ironing equipment. Like this is not screen printed. This is like, it feels thick and like goopy. Oh my God. I love that it has the bar and shield like Harley Davidson. That is hilarious. Okay, well, I did say I'd wear it in a video. This is actually super funny, so I think I do need to wear it in a video. So thank you very much, producer Logan, always giving us ridiculous things. And yeah, boys, thanks so much for tuning into the live stream. Quick and easy one today. Hope y'all had some fun. I appreciated y'all's questions. Had a lot of fun answering them. Had fun with the bike roast and reviews. And remember, if you want to hang out with me some more, join on yammie.co, become a member, and you can get on the Discord. And we've got the Ninja 500 to give away as well. And yeah, appreciate y'all joining up. Thanks so much. Ton of fun. Catch you guys later. Bye.